have a moment of silence as well. So I'm going to just cue the DJ after this is over. Anybody want to take pictures, please do. This is going to be a beautiful thing. All right, I'm getting off the mic.
Julia, come on, mommy.
Come on, make a bow, stand up.
Hello? Exit 9 in the house. Speak up, woman. I don't even need the microphone. My baby now. We're live. Oh, we're live. Okay. I want to thank everybody for coming out. I promise you next year we will have more people. I want to thank all the vendors for taking the time out and giving us support. We have been around for 45 years, dedicating to the community, giving the community the support that they need. And I just wanted to let the community know that we are still here and ready to serve them for many more years. So thank you everyone for coming. I really appreciate everyone's hard work. Harmony, where it has been excellent. Lauren from HR and everybody that's helped out and gave their support. So I'm gonna pass it off to Mr. Jose, Mr. CEO.
Let's give a big hand of applause to Tina and the team that made this all happen. You know, it really is the case that nothing that we do at PRAB is doing it alone. I'm just so thankful for everyone for coming out and for supporting and for being part of this story. Because this is our story, not just PRAB's story. This is us making sure that we have the opportunity to serve the people of this community to the best of our ability, and we could not do that without you. So thank you for that. As you can see, we have now these balloons, and you know, we started a call to action for disaster relief, and we had to make a decision, and we made a decision that now, for the time being, that the disaster relief fund that we also created was to serve and to assist the people in Puerto Rico and in Mexico, those who were victims of the earthquakes in Mexico. And you know, but we also have, as part of our plan, we want to make sure that we support the work that's being done by folks who are supporting the people who are right now still struggling in places like Texas and Louisiana and in Florida and in all of the Caribbean, the Dominican Republic. You have Dominica, you have countries right now, and
St. Thomas, St. Croix.
There are a lot of countries, the Virgin Islands, that the news doesn't necessarily cover, but there are people from all of those places in our community here in Central Jersey, and our hearts, not only do our hearts go out to it, but we're starting a coordinating committee to make sure that we support already work that's going on. We want to make sure that people who are doing work to support others in need, that they're supported by us. So we're looking for folks to join our coordinating committee. We're trying to serve and find ways to collaborate and partner with folks that are working in all places. And the truth is that we have folks in our own community that are in need, and we know this. And so I want us, and hopefully we can continue to work together individually and collectively to make sure that we're there for the people in this community, which includes some of us. Now, what you said, exit 9, my family, this is my daughter and my son Danilo and Sarah, my wife is in the back, Isabel, and we used to live in Pennsylvania and we used to live in New York, and we used to laugh that when we had to go to Pennsylvania, we would always see exit 9 as the midpoint, and we were like, you know, we should live by exit 9, so that way we're not too far from outside of Philly, we're right in the middle. So guess what, we live in exit 9. So those of us who are exit 9ers, those of you who have been there longer than I have, thank you for welcoming us into the family. It is our honor and our pleasure to be family with you all. And so let's just take a moment right now to reflect on those around us in need, and also those who are suffering from fires and waters and earthquakes. So much is happening in our world right now. And there's a lot for us to be thankful for, but there's also a lot for us to be mindful for. And there are a lot of people right now who are suffering. They don't know where their next meal is going to be. We know what that feels like. It just so happens that we are, as a family, before I was in this position as the CEO, our family was homeless for a year. And I say that not for any, but it just reminds you that there is, that of the complexity of our humanity now, that anyone could be in a situation of need. And people took us in, and we were able to come into their homes. And I'm just proud to be around people who would do the same, and that will open their doors, their hearts, their resources to people. I think that's something to be applauded and congratulated. That's something that when you think about it, my children who didn't have food, and someone provided for that, that means something, and you're the kind of people who do that. And so we're blessed and very thankful for those who did that, and for you to do that for others. It's a lot of work that we have to do. There's so much need, and the need is going to be greater. So let's continue as an army to provide for those who are even in greater need than ourselves. And let's be mindful that around this room, around this space, that we not forget that there are people in our own midst who are in need. Sometimes as servants, we're serving other folks, and we don't always see the people around us in need. So as Cookie would say, ojo, let's keep an eye out for those of us who have our own needs, and let's be there for them too.